Good morning, good morning. Still sipping on coffee. Really like this one. This has turned into a really fun project. By the time you get to this stage, I'm either bored, still liking it, but need a new topic because my friend that's going to Vietnam with me keeps telling me I have ADD. I don't know. But I'm really enjoying this book. I don't know if it's the story aspect and sticking to a story thought process through the whole thing. And when I say story, it's teeny little, one sentence paragraphs on each page. But we have made it to section 4 or 5, or 5 or 6. I don't know. The jury's out. Which is what's next. So this is my page for today. And what's next? Sarah says she needs a break. So I have this piece of paper, and I think it's something that I took a photograph on after I wrote a bunch of scribbly notes and then painted over it, laid down the road. But I haven't used, and I'm going to put it in here. But that's all I know I'm going to do so far. But I do have this packet of paper, and I do have all of this. Oh, you know what? Let's spell out break. I haven't done this in a while. Okay. I love cutting these things up. I have a book of them too. Let's see. I always try to get them from the side so you don't have to go in so far. And it turns into like holy paper. It's holy already because it's my favorite things, letters. Holy as in H-O-L-Y. And then it turns in H-O-L. Punch holes, whichever. I-B-R. I need an A. I stayed out on the beach for about 2 hours again yesterday. But I forgot on Wednesdays the military planes, and I'm not sure where they come from, are my husband's cousin's husband, cousin-in-law, said that they're from Shaw Air Force Base, which possibly is possible, except I know there's a lot of Shaw is like a lot of jets. These are huge cargo planes. But they practice their touch and goes on the runway at the airport here. And it gets a little daunting when these gigantic cargo planes keep going over your head. And that's a pretty good busy airport anymore. I think in the morning they have like 5 or 6 flights. At noonish they have 5 or 6 flights around those times, spaced out. And then in the afternoon or in the evening, they have some, because I've come home. Last year I came home early from the beach. Early in the morning, not early, but B-R-E-A-K. Okay, I got enough letters here. We got that part taken care of. Now let's see if we can find some other things to use up. I might do that somehow. Yes. But they were over and over and over and over. They must have done 15 touch and goes while I was there. And it's for them to practice getting in and out of tight spots or having to give up on a landing at the last minute. And I know they practice here because they can go out over water in some places where they may have to, go in times of whatever. They have to go over water. So they practice that here. But it's like, oh yeah, I forgot the planes were here. And it's cool to watch. It really is cool to watch. My husband's gone to the Are you on? Yeah. To the edge of the flight line is a nice little, can't remember what they call it, a military park. Because that was a military base, Air Force base, where the airport is now. And they changed it into a base. I mean, a military base, which is a good idea. But he's gone there and sat and watched him take off. Because, I mean, that's really close. Now, when I was with my sister this October, when she was at the cross-stitch thing, they were working on our deck, so we couldn't stay here. We thought they would be done, but hello, they weren't. Another story for another day. But I went to a little bit right across from the airport on the beach side. So they were really close. I mean, really close. That was a little daunting. I'm just making circles. Don't ask me why. It's my obsession. Obsession. Maybe we can correlate this with, like, she feels like she's wandering in circles and she can't concentrate on anything. And she needs a break. And the holes represent a break. Yeah, that's our story. We're going to stick to it. And I'm basically just ripping holes and scraps and seeing where that takes us. Huh. This came from an art journaling magazine in the spring of 2019. I really like that. Might keep that over there. No, it needs to go on the other side for our little story section. All right, here's one of mine. I don't like this one. It's got graphics in it, and I don't want that. All right, let's see what this looks like all together. If it's too much. Could be. And it was windy all day yesterday. So today I don't think I'm going out there. I think I'm just going to sit out on the deck. And that way the seagulls won't yell at me. Not that I'm intimidated by them. Okay, hold on. Let's glue these two pieces down. Put these somewhere. Because, you know, these are treasures here. Even if they just go to my Hobonichi as a cluster, can't throw them away. But I am getting better at using them all up. And recognizing when I have too much of one thing. That's crooked. Yikes. But and it just might stay crooked. It might want to be crooked. What happened in the Murdoch trial yesterday? Oh, the attorneys for Murdoch asked the judge to grant him the possibility of pleading the fifth on any financial questions if Alex Murdoch takes the stand. Whoa. And the judge said no. Rightly so. I think he said no. Or did he say he will make that decision later? He may have said I'll make that decision later. But supposedly they're not going to let him do that. And then Netflix had a documentary come out yesterday, which it was real short. I mean, short. It was 3 episodes and they were like a half an hour. I saw something I hadn't seen anywhere. Of course, some stuff can't come into the trial. But a reporter, and I hope this is true, I don't know who did this documentary, a reporter went to the scene of the crime a couple days afterwards, and no law enforcement was there. So he just wanted to get, I'm sure, and this was, I don't know if this was an independent reporter or an actually whoever, because he put a drone up. He couldn't get into this was at the farm. He couldn't get in because it was all blocked off. But he put his drone up, and right there was Alex's brother and Alex's son loading guns from the house, from the shed, from everywhere into the truck, into a back of a truck, and there was something else, a dog. And that's part of the problem. I'm going to go ahead and put these down. SLED, our state investigative unit, South Carolina law enforcement, is so afraid of this family that they have allowed him to run the scene, or his lawyers, pretty much from the beginning. I don't know if they thought they thought he did it, or the jury's out on that part too, no pun intended. Did he do it? Or were they afraid of him? And what's consistent through all of this, which is quite apparent, is Alex wasn't afraid for his other son or anybody else to go there or go around town without any kind of security. The law firm that his great-grandfather started in 1910 was scared to death because they thought people were chasing that family down, and there was going to be somebody coming in and shooting them up. Because, everybody's reaction these days is just pull out a gun and kill somebody. There was another shooting yesterday. I mean, it's just ridiculous what's happening here in our whole country. And so they were terrified. Do we need security? They did install tons of security cameras, and one of the lawyers called SLED and said, what do we do? What can we do at the office to protect ourselves? And, SLED assured them that they were not in danger. I think SLED had made up their mind immediately who did it and didn't investigate anything further, which is, how the defense is playing it also. But they did a sloppy investigation. There's no doubt about that. People were walking all over. The maid came in and cleaned. I mean, supposedly the crime scene was finished when she came in. And they told her it was fine. She wouldn't have done it without it being fine, I'm sure. She seemed like a pretty reputable lady. And she's worked in the prison system and that kind of stuff around these kind of guys. So she knew, what questions to ask. But the documentary on Netflix is kind of from the kid's point of view in the boat crash. But it also talks about Paul's temper. The boy that was killed, did he deserve to be killed for having a temper? No. But I think the story leads you to believe that he inherited that temper from his dad. Okay. It was quickly done, you could tell, kind of. But I thought it was pretty well done. If you have to make a documentary on a murder. Or a tragedy like the boat, accident. But, if you got in trouble for driving drunk, which they keep trying to blame somebody else for the boat accident, don't you think you tell your son to at least not drink in public and get intoxicated? Because he doesn't seem to be able to drink without getting completely a mess. But again, that's that privileged society thing. And this whole family did not only did they not think rules applied to them, but they didn't think there were any rules for them. they could do whatever they wanted. And it's been like that for generations. It was tragic. And unlike this, which is not tragic, but it needs something. But what does it need? I've done dots till they're coming out of my ears. Still like them though. I like this color here. Smooth sea glass. Let's see if we can't replicate some kind of break. Let's see. This is a teeny tiny little paintbrush. Too small. This one's a little bigger. It's just, you know, no matter how you feel about all of this, a lot of lives have been ruined. I mean, they just left a trail. I'm just replicating my shapes that I've torn here on paper. I'm still working, I'm only on day 3 of 30, I think 30, of the Alyssa Burke class. And I'm really liking the pace of it. Her little lectures, like 10 minutes. Then she tells you to practice. And she adds just a tiny little bit of detail each day. And I don't think I would get as much out of it if it was put up all at the same time. Speaking from experience. Because I've done like By Bun classes like that. Or James Burke. I think I did one of his travel journal classes. And I rushed through them. And I don't think I get, no offense to them at all. It's me. I don't think I get as much out of things. Because I just, you know, tend to rush through. Is it the ADD in me? I don't know. Is Carol right? But with this, I can't rush through it because you only get snippets a day. Oh, kind of like that. I hope this is showing up. Did I tell you yesterday I forgot my driver's license at home? I switched purses. And I didn't know it until I went to go book the rental cars for California and Missouri. Which I think I did yesterday. I'm like, oh, huh, oh. So my husband's bringing them tomorrow. I called him. I said, can you do me a favor? Yes, dear. I said, can you bring me my driver's license? He goes, what? Like, I know. So I told him where it would be, I thought, which it was. And he goes, oh, well, here's your COVID card. And oh, here's your medical health insurance card. I'm like, oh, you might as well bring those too. Okay. He goes, why don't I send you a picture of your driver's license just in case? I'm like, well, I'm not going to go anywhere. If I have to go, if I run out of something to eat, which I won't, there's a little tiny store here. I can drive the golf cart over there. But I'm not going to run out of anything. I am getting tired of the leftovers I made, but that's okay. Because tomorrow, Ken will be here, and then we're going out to our favorite new restaurant, what is it called? The Hot Fish Club. The oldest restaurant in Myrtle Beach, and the oldest building in Myrtle's Inlet. And it's excellent. And my stomach is currently growling. I hope you can't hear that. I'm talking over it. Okay, I really like that. Now, these little teeny tiny brushes try to wash right away because they can get petrified real fast. The fatter ones have a little bit better chance. I think I am going to take just my ink pen and just kind of trace over these or outline these shapes, not exactly on them, around them, and kind of messy. Because there is some dark coloring in here. And I wonder if I can't take, I wish I had I only had a metallic marker, blue, and put this around the big ones. I'm pretty close. It really doesn't show up. This journal has been a study in refining the details for me, adding a couple more marks beyond my comfort zone. And I've done that a lot. Sometimes I go too far. Adding like that, when I added the yellow, kind of really solidified that page. I still think this needs little teeny tiny black dots in the middle, but we won't go there. Okay. I think I'm going to call that one done because I like it and I don't want to go and ruin it. I don't want to take it that step too far. A bridge too far. I've seen that bridge in Arnhem. No. Yeah. I was on Etsy this morning looking for Vietnam stickers. Haven't bought anything yet. I really like that. All right, we're going to stop. Although there is an obvious white spot. Well, that's another break, right? That's a break. That's her exit. Like it a lot. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Bye.